What is going on, all you Pokemon collectomaniacs out there? This is Ryan, the PikaPikaPaPa, and I can't believe we're about to do our final target list of 2023. That is absolutely crazy to say. It seems like just yesterday I did my very first PikaPikaPaPa video, and here we are 1 year later, finishing up 2023, and it's been a heck of a ride. I'm gonna do a whole synopsis video where I'm gonna walk you through the channel and its performance and all that stuff, probably sometime in January, but preemptively to that, just wanted to say thank you for all the support over this year. Now that that's out of the way, you don't care about that. What you care about is what am I going after this month? And I'm going to be honest with you, when the market is wobbling like it is right now, I am always trying to protect the downside. I'm always trying to protect it normally, but in a wobbly market, I am really trying to make sure that anything that I put money into, I feel like the downside is overly protected. And in the Pokemon space, it's hard to find more downside protection than in sealed products, right? So listen, I never put a video together where I'm like, hey, I gotta have one raw or one graded card or one ETB. Like, that doesn't make sense. I'm just sharing with you the things that I have a lot of belief in and a lot of faith in, especially this month, right? Because it's the month of December, and I don't know about you, but I gotta stretch my Poké dollars a little bit further. You all have been watching this channel, you know I have an amazing Pika wife, and I have two amazing children, and we got a little day called Christmas coming up, so I gotta spend a little bit of money on that. So for me, this is a really cool video, lots of downside protection, lots of awesome products on here, and also some that we've already talked about in the past. Now, with all that being said, hey listen, we do fun stuff like this all the time, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, or if you've been watching this channel all year and you haven't done it yet, give PikaPikaPaPa an early Christmas gift. Hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Questions or comments, drop them down below. Those three small things go a long way in helping my small channel out, so let's get into it right now. Now, this is a product that I highlighted, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was doing, hey, my top sealed products under $50 available right now, and this heavy hitters box that's available at Sam's Club, it's still available at Sam's Club for $39.99 is absolutely crazy. I've been buying this left and right. Spoiler alert, if you're a friend or family member of PikaPikaPaPa and you like Pokemon, I'm talking to you, all the nieces and nephews out there, guess what? You're gonna have one of these under the tree from me, because I think it's an incredible value, and for the Pokemon lovers out there, and even the buy and hold collectors especially, there's awesome value in this. Now, what gives me so much conviction that this is a great buy and hold product? Well, in the video, I did a comparison to what I felt like was the closest product I could possibly find, and this was the Gar Sidekicks collection, right? It has 11 packs in it versus the 14 that comes in the heavy hitter collection. Plus, look at the quality of packs. You get Evolving Frickin' Skies in the heavy hitter box, plus 12 other packs, including Chilling Reign, Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance, all of that for $39.99. You're not gonna find a better deal out there. As I said, I'm spending a ton of money. I'm not only gifting it, I'm also keeping it in the Poké Closet, because I think in the long run, it's gonna do well. I mean, look at that Gar Sidekicks box, right? The MSRP was $60 on it. It's up to $150 now. This is $20 less of an MSRP. And as far as I'm concerned, from a long-term price appreciation standpoint, this one has way more legs than the Gar Sidekicks box. So that's the one I'm starting off with, and I am a huge buyer and a big fan of the heavy hitters collection. Now, getting into the next one right here, Lost Origins. You guys know I'm a big fan of Lost Origin. I think it is a fantastic set. I think it's going to finish in the top 3 for Sword and Shield. Obviously, Evolving Skies is going to be number 1, and then I think Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Chilling Reign has a chance to be up there. You can make an argument for what the next 3 are going to be and where they're going to line up, but no matter what, I think Lost Origin is going to be up there. Now, the risk is it's still relatively new, you know what I mean? This isn't it's the second to last booster box set that came out from Sword and Shield, so it's still got a little bit of wobbling on it, and there was a restock. I was actually surprised that they restocked it as early as they did, but I think they were trying to get all of their Sword and Shield stuff out. That way they could save room for Scarlet and Violet, and it was almost at $170. The restock came, it dropped it down low, and listen, I'm not saying this is going to take off like a scalded rabbit in the next couple months, but what I am saying is the market seems to be really supportive of this $130 price point, so I'm not sure if it's going to fall much lower. Now again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is it's an epic set, and I think this is a really approachable price point. The other thing that I will say about this, we have seen how single big chase cards can absolutely drive a set. It's a trainer gallery set, it's got Pikachus in it, like it's got all of these things going for it, plus it has that Giratina alt art, which I personally think is going to end up in the long run being one of the top 10 cards of the whole Sword and Shield era. So Lost Origin booster boxes, I am all over them right now. I honestly just picked up 2 more the other day, and I'm going to continue to add to the collection as I can throughout this month. Now, the next one right here, and this goes against a lot of what I usually say. I am always a big fan of saying you want to buy what will go up, not what has gone up. But again, just like with that heavy heavy hitters box, you get Evolving Skies in these Evolutions premium collection boxes, the Flareon, the Jolteon, the Vaporeon, right? Like these were in Walmart about a year ago. You could pick these up in Walmart at MSRP and people were going absolutely nuts over them. They were getting all kinds of positive press out there. A lot of Pokemon YouTubers were saying, hey, this is going to be a $100, $200 box in the future. Well, guess what? The price has been flat to a little bit low, depending on which one you're looking at over the last 4 months. They're still in the $70 range, and I know that's it's almost, up double of what MSRP was. But for these boxes, I'm so convinced that they're going to do good in the long run that I want to snag them at the $70 price point. I only have one of each in the collection right now. I think I can get a bundle of them for the sub 70. So if I could get all three of them for like $210, including shipping and all that good stuff, I think that would be a fair price to get them at now, because when I look at it and when I think about the next 3-5 years, I really think that these boxes are going to perform really, really well, right? They got Evolving Skies. There's a Sword and Shield base pack in there. There's a Rebel Clash pack in there. Fusion Strike, spoiler alert, you're going to hear more about Fusion Strike later on. Chilling Rain, and the promos too. The promos are absolutely insane. They're stunning. They're incredibly hard to grade. Like the PSA 10 versions of these promos are going for a solid amount of money. So all of those things considered, to me, this is kind of like one of those red light flashing, hey, this might be the last opportunity to get in on this. So that's why it's on the list this month, and I am hunting hard to see if I can find some great bundle deals for all three of those in one fell swoop. Now, the next one right here, again, another Sword and Shield era booster box. This is Brilliant Stars, and Brilliant Stars has been getting kicked around here as of late. I mean, it is coming up on being 2 years old. There was a restock. It dropped it from the 1-year high, and I will say this, that 1-year high was clipping up near the mid 180s. It was like 185, 186 per booster box. So the market has shown that it will pay that much for these booster boxes, at some point in the future. But I will say this, it seems to be like, look at that tail there at the very end. It seems like it might have found its support line there, and it's starting to tail up just a bit. The thing that concerns me, and it's not a big concern, I still think Brilliant Stars is going to do what Brilliant Stars is going to do, and it's going to be a great set in the long run, is just the short-term volatility in the Charizard market, right? Like, obviously, this has the Rainbow Charizard, it's got the Alt Art Charizard, like, that's a big amount of what drove this box's price in the beginning, and both of those cards have been absolutely decimated as of late. Now, I do think in the long run, they're going to be fine, just like I think this box is going to be fine, but that was why I had Lost Origin on the list earlier, and Brilliant Stars a little bit further down on the list. I do think Brilliant Stars is going to be epic. There are many other great cards in this set besides just those Charizards, but those are the big drivers. And again, if you can get this in the 130 range right now, none of us would be upset about that in the long run. So Brilliant Stars booster box, love having you on this list. Now, Paldea Evolved, and this might surprise a lot of you out there, because I have always said, hey, like, I'm spending a lot of my money right now on Sword and Shield era boxes, because I think the window of opportunity on the Sword and Shield booster boxes is getting smaller and smaller, and I think these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes, listen, I think we'll be able to pick up Scarlet and Violet booster boxes in the $90 range for a very long time. I don't see any of that changing fundamentally soon, but the only reason this is on here is because I have been picking them up simply because I've been able to get some fantastic deals on them, like well below that $90 mark. And you should never pass up on a fantastic deal in my mind. Remember, one of the most important things when it comes to price appreciation is your purchase price, right? Like, if this is going to grow to a $150 box and you bought it for $90, or if you bought it for $70, that's a significant change to your ROI over time. So the reason this is on here is because I think a lot of people are trying to get Paldea Evolved booster boxes out of their shops. They're trying to get it out of their online stores. So they're running some crazy deals on this. And again, never pass up on a crazy deal simply because you think that other things might give you just a different option. Like, just because Sword and Shield you think might be coming to a close, if you get a fantastic deal on this, don't hesitate to pick some of them up. I'm not saying you got to back up the Pokemon dump truck and put all your Poke funds into Paldea Evolved. All I'm saying is if you can find some great deals on it, it has some amazing top 20 to booster box price ratio, right? When you look at the value of the top 20 cards versus the booster box prices right now, it is far and away higher than pretty much any other set at this point from Sword and Shield and from Scarlet and Violet. So lots of upside here. Again, when I talk about protecting the downside, getting this sub $90, it is a great opportunity right now in a lot of spaces. And I always give you a bonus pick. You should know that by now. Anytime I say there's going to be 5, there's going to be 6. Anytime there's going to be 10, there's actually going to be 11. I have been such a huge fan of Fusion Strike ever since I started this channel. I have just absolutely loved Fusion Strike. I don't know if it's the Gengar card, I don't know if it's the Mew, I don't know what it is, but I love Fusion Strike. And the singles in this set are doing really well, right? They have some really strong price appreciation. We've actually seen Fusion Strike as a whole outperform a lot of the other Sword and Shield singles cards as of late. So again, that's nothing but a feather in its cap. It has just hit 2 years old. Again, nobody knows for sure. I can't say that Sword and Shield isn't going to be reprinted. I can't say that the Pokemon company's not all of a sudden going to say, hey, guess what? We're dropping, 7 truckloads of booster boxes of Fusion Strike somewhere. I just don't know, but I will say this. Once they hit the 2-year mark, I start to feel at least a little bit better. Now, the other thing I really like about this is the price has remained very steady. It has actually been climbing in the middle of a volatile market. So when we've seen a lot of price depreciation, even from the booster box space, right? Like we've been looking month over month at Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, and both of their aggregate booster box prices have been down over the last 2 months. This booster box has remained strong. It has held steady. The market has said, I don't care what's going on around us. Fusion Strike is value. Fusion Strike is quality. We are going to continue to buy it. So that gives me a whole lot of good feels when it comes to it. And listen, yeah, you're paying above MSRP if you pick it up right now, but that's okay. You're not always going to get things in at the bottom, right? We just saw the Evolution Premium Collection boxes that I was talking about. You won't always get in at the bottom, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the forward-looking foresight to be able to say, hey, listen, just because I didn't get in at the bottom, I think this is a $150, $200, $300 box in the future, and $150 now is a whole lot cheaper than trying to pick it up at $200 6 or 8 months from now. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. Huge fan of Fusion Strike, and I think that this is kind of the last-ditch call to get it on it before it starts disappearing in the wild altogether and that price really starts to climb, just my opinion. So with that being said, listen, as I said earlier, hey, if you find value in this content, hit that subscribe button. We have an amazing community and I would love for you to be a member of it. Questions or comments, drop them down below. And as always, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate you and have an epic one. See you, everybody.